You're about to learn something shocking. What if I told you that overthinking isn't just a habit, it's a psychological trap your brain has set up to keep you stuck in doubt? But here's the kicker. Most people don't even realize they're falling into it. I'll show you why in just 20 seconds. Number 1. The silent trap. Overthinking. It's something we've all experienced. That feeling when your mind won't stop racing, when you're stuck replaying a conversation or questioning every decision you've ever made. And what's worse, it feels like you're in control, like you're making all these decisions, thinking everything through so carefully. But in reality, your brain is playing you. Let's take a real-life example. Imagine you're texting someone you like. You send a message, and then silence. That little bubble that says typing never shows up. Suddenly, your mind starts working overtime. Did I say something wrong? Are they mad at me? Should I have said something different? Does this sound familiar? Your brain is trying to piece together every possible scenario. It's convincing you that you need to fix things, even if nothing is actually broken. This is your brain in overdrive, and it's only getting worse. Number 2. The cognitive bias behind overthinking. Now let's pause for a second and talk about something called cognitive bias, a hidden force inside your brain that tricks you into thinking you have to keep obsessing. Here's the crazy part. Overthinking is not just about having too many thoughts, it's about the type of thoughts your brain favors. When you overthink, your brain's cognitive bias starts to inflate small doubts into giant mountains of uncertainty. You magnify the risks, you assume the worst, and suddenly you're paralyzed by something that in reality was never a problem to begin with. It's like your brain is showing you an image, but it's distorted. You don't see the world as it truly is. You see it through a lens of fear and doubt. And here's the thing. The more you overthink, the more your brain starts to believe those distorted thoughts. The doubt grows, the uncertainty grows, and the cycle starts again. Number 3. The fear of making the wrong choice. Here's the thing. We all fear making the wrong choice. It's in our nature to want to get things right. But overthinking, it's like trying to calculate every possible move in a chess game, even when you're just deciding what to have for lunch. It's a constant battle of what if. You wonder if the choice you make will lead to regret, disappointment, or even failure. But what happens next? You stay stuck. You overanalyze until you're paralyzed by fear of making the wrong decision. You keep thinking you need more information, more time, more validation, but all you really need is to make a decision and trust yourself. Number 4. How overthinking affects your brain. Now let's dive deeper into what happens inside your brain when you overthink. Every time you replay a scenario in your head, your brain releases stress hormones like cortisol. These chemicals put your body into a fight or flight response, even when there's no actual threat. This makes you anxious, on edge, and, surprise, more likely to make poor decisions. But here's the catch. The more you overthink, the more your brain becomes addicted to the chemical rush. It's like a cycle of anxiety, followed by a brief moment of relief when you think you've solved the problem, until the next doubt creeps in. Your brain is tricking you into believing that overthinking brings clarity. In reality, it just deepens the doubt and escalates your stress. You're not solving anything. You're just spiraling further. Number 5. The emotional toll of overthinking. Overthinking takes a serious emotional toll. It steals your joy, your peace of mind, and your sense of clarity. You know how it feels to lie awake at night, exhausted yet unable to stop the endless loop of thoughts? This is your brain feeding on uncertainty. It's an emotional roller coaster. You start feeling anxious, frustrated, and defeated. Your brain keeps telling you that you need to find the right answer, but there is no right answer. There's only the fear of being wrong. And it doesn't stop at decisions. Overthinking also affects how you view yourself. It magnifies your insecurities. Suddenly, you're doubting your worth, your abilities, your relationships. You start asking yourself questions like, am I good enough? What if they don't like me? What if I mess up again? This is the emotional toll of overthinking, and it's exhausting. Number 6. the key to breaking the cycle. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck. Overthinking can be broken, but it requires you to recognize the patterns in your brain and interrupt the cycle. First, you need to understand that overthinking doesn't lead to answers, it leads to more confusion. It's time to stop trying to solve every little worry and allow yourself to make decisions with less information. Trust that you already have what you need. Next, practice mindfulness. Bring your attention to the present moment instead of getting lost in hypothetical scenarios. When you notice yourself overthinking, remind yourself that the future isn't written yet and that constantly replaying past mistakes won't change the outcome. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Stop being your own worst critic. If you're going to doubt anything, doubt the idea that overthinking is helping. Remind yourself that you're worthy of peace and confidence. So the next time you find yourself spiraling into doubt, remember this. Overthinking is a mental trap that your brain set for you. The more you feed into it, the stronger it becomes. But here's the powerful truth. The less you overthink, the more clarity you'll find. By allowing your mind to quiet, you're giving space for your intuition, your instincts, and your true confidence to rise up. And that, my friend, is how you take back control from your doubts. So the next time your mind races, take a breath, make a decision, and trust yourself. Because true clarity doesn't come from analyzing every possible outcome. It comes from taking action with confidence.